Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you a powerful strategy that can help you grow your deposit in the financial markets. Watch this video carefully because I'll be pointing out specific entry points. Let's see how this trade closes, and then we'll move on to the strategy parameters. So let's move on to the settings. We select the DeMarker oscillator and the fractal indicator. Those are the only tools we'll need. Next, open the fractal settings, set the period to 3, and click Save. Then go to the DeMarker settings, set the period to 28, adjust the style to your preference, and save. That's it. Everything is ready. Now I can start the trading session. I'll begin scanning for quality setups, and of course, I'll explain why I enter each trade. Let's focus on the US dollar versus the Philippine peso. Here's the core idea behind the strategy. I'm entering a long position. DeMarker is showing oversold conditions, and on the fractal indicator, I'm seeing a bearish formation. That gives me a solid entry point for a corrective move. Let's switch to a lower time frame and see how it plays out. This strategy requires only 3 factors to enter the market, and in this case, we already have 2. The third factor is the trend, which here is downward. Even so, the trade is already open, so let's see the result. There's the result. The setup closes in profit. That means I read the market correctly. Pay close attention to the entry points, and let's move on to the next setup. Looking at the Canadian dollar versus the Swiss franc, I'm entering a long position. DeMarker is in oversold territory, and there's a bearish fractal in place. This is a counter trend trade, but I see clear room for price to move. Let's see how it plays out. One minute of your time, friends. Right now, I want to show you the statistics from my trading profile on the Pocket Option platform. Over the past 7 days, I've made more than $50,000 in profit. You can also see the stats for yesterday and today, and I share all of these results in my Telegram channel. But I don't just share my results. I give you the chance to join me. You can become part of my team, copy my trades, learn how trading works, and start earning alongside me. Even if you have zero experience, you can start with social trading right on the platform. It takes just 2 clicks and my trades will be copied to your account automatically. Join my Telegram channel. The link is in the video description. Subscribe and send me a message asking to join the team. I don't have a manager. I personally reply to everyone. And if you're truly interested in growing in this field, I'll help you every step of the way. Wishing you success and the drive to reach your goals. And now, let's get back to the video. As we can see, entering against the trend isn't always a good idea. The trade closes at a loss. In the next situation, I'll be using a hedge to manage this, so it needs to be analyzed very carefully. Let's move on and start looking for the next setup. The euro versus the Japanese yen looks great here. I'm entering a short hedge position. I can see a bullish fractal along with slight overbought conditions on DeMarker. Most of the time, this strategy points to entries during a correction. That's exactly its edge. Traders who don't strictly trade with the trend will really appreciate this approach. Let's see how these trades close. This is an interesting outcome. One trade closes in profit, the other doesn't. It shows that the hedge didn't work perfectly this time, so I'll need to look for another setup to hedge again. Situations like this are quite rare. If I had opened just a single position, it's hard to say how it would have played out. That's why, in some cases, opening two positions instead of one can be a smart decision. Let's move on and look for the next setup. I didn't have to look far for the next setup. The US dollar versus the Indian rupee. I'm entering a long position. The first thing I notice is oversold conditions on DeMarker, a bearish fractal, and a potential trend reversal signal based on price patterns. The setup looks interesting, so I decided to place a hedge here. Let's see how it plays out this time. That's much better. The trades close in profit. I'm exiting this situation cleanly. I like the result, I like how this strategy works, and I like the outcomes it delivers. But there's no reason to stop here. Let's keep going and look for another strong setup. Looking at the Swiss franc versus the Japanese yen, I can see overbought conditions on DeMarker. Interesting setup. All right, I'm entering a short position. I see a bullish fractal, DeMarker is overbought, and the trade is aligned with the trend. The setup looks promising, so this is definitely a situation where I'd like to see a profitable outcome. Whew. The trade closes in profit, but it was definitely risky. And that really comes down to the market, not the strategy itself. For me, that's a clear signal to wrap up the trading session and lock in the profit. It's a great strategy and it delivers solid results. Use it. I'm putting this tool in your hands. If you have any questions, feel free to message me privately on Telegram. Wishing you strong results, and I'll see you soon.